Okay, let me just say straight off the bat that Skyrim The Elder Scrolls V is perhaps the greatest open-world game ever made, and the standard that all RPGs will now be judged by. The adventures that you take part in truly mean something in the land of Skyrim, and they feel personalised, as if they'd only happened to you. No one will ever have the same experience playing this game as you.
Even without the hundreds of characters and quests, it will be difficult not to fall in love with Skyrim. It's a beautiful, fascinating and seemingly never-ending world to explore. In Skyrim, sometimes I just found myself walking around enjoying the view. It really is stunning.
The world of Skyrim is densely packed with different villages, towns and cities. There are hundreds of tombs, caverns, caves, ruins and dungeons to explore, and each one has its own unique story to tell. For example, you could read one of the books you pick up that tells you about the legend of Red Eagle, a legendary hero from many years ago. You can then visit this guy's tomb and explore everything that's in there, including an encounter with Red Eagle himself, where upon defeating him, you can claim his own sword for your own. This is worth doing, as it's a powerful weapon as well.
As you play through the game, new quests are revealed in a natural fashion as you explore different areas and talk to different people.
You are exactly what I was looking for!
You aren't forced into doing anything. You're not taken by the hand and led down a breadcrumb trail like you are with the Fable games.
Skyrim is now host to giant flying lizards and two-legged catmen. And you're surprised by me? Yeah, I just talked, and I'm continuing to do so. You see, my name is Barbas, and I have a problem I think you can help sort out.
Encounters with dragons are usually completely at random. You can come across them whilst you're travelling on your way to a quest, or even if you're engaged in some idle chit-chat with a random person.
It's an exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
Next thing you know, you're getting attacked by one of the big scaly fellas, and it's entirely up to you how you defeat them. You can shoot at them with your arrows if you're particularly skilled at archery, hurl magic in its direction, or even wait for the dragon to land on the ground so you can get stuck in there with a cheeky battle axe to the face.
And it's worth fighting the dragons too, for you are the Dragonborn and you can consume the dragon's soul upon its defeat, allowing you to access more dragon shouts, magical words of power that can be used as another option in battle.
Mike does not understand what is so impressive about shouting. Mike can shout whenever he wants.
How you choose to carry your weapons and magic is up to you. Do you carry a big two-handed weapon, or dual-wield two different weapons? Or do you just have one weapon and have magic powers in your other hand? Or do you do away with weapons altogether and have double the magic? It's entirely up to you, and you can change this at any time.
The main quest is interesting, but you don't have to stick with that. Go and do some of the side quests or the miscellaneous quests. Do some of the guild quests like the College of Winterhold or the Bard College in Solitude. Join the Companions of the Thieves Guild or the Sinister Dark Brotherhood. Go and do a few jobs for some of those naughty Daedric princes. You can even become an awesome werewolf or a vampire.
But you don't have to do anything. If you want, you can just go exploring the world of Skyrim and see what events spring up along the way. In Skyrim, there are no invisible walls. If you see a mountain or a castle in the far distance, you can travel to that mountain or castle and see what there is to do there. It's an open world where you can go anywhere and do anything.
In Skyrim, you were able to create the type of character that you want. As you level up in your skills and abilities, you can increase your magic, health and stamina, and then add perk points to whatever skill tree you're interested in improving. You get better in each skill the more you do it. You can also increase your ability in these skills by speaking to trainers and getting them to teach you for a few gold coins.
Some of this leveling up even rewards your efforts by giving you access to more and more new items, such as dragon armour, baby! Oh yeah! But you'll need to get to a smithing level of 100 to get this. Oh, and kill a load of dragons so you can harvest their bones and scales. These are very heavy to carry though, so my advice is buy yourself a house as soon as you can so you've got somewhere to store them.
This improves everything from the previous Elder Scrolls game, Oblivion, in every way possible. Better leveling up, better characters, better fighting, and a gripping tale of dragon-related apocalypse.
Not to mention warring clans, troublemaking gods, and a chosen one fulfilling his destiny. In fact, after playing this game, you won't want to go back to Oblivion. And don't worry if you haven't played Oblivion, this game is set 200 years after the events of that game.
The amount of stuff you can do in this game is immense. Not only is there smithing your own weapons and armour, but there's enchanting so you can give those same weapons and armour magical attributes, which you'll need to keep recharging with soul gems in order for them to keep their power.
There is also alchemy, where you can create new potions and poisons. There's also lockpicking, pickpocketing. In fact, there's nearly 20 different skill trees.
There are a couple of annoyances in the game, if I'm really going to start nitpicking. For example, it's impossible to drop quests if you don't feel like doing them. This gets kind of annoying when they start to stack up. Also, I'd have liked to see the character creation be a bit more detailed like we get in SmackDown vs Raw the Soul Calibur games.
And another thing, Bethesda Game Studios has had a rather unfortunate reputation of releasing games that have a number of glitches in them, and the same goes for Skyrim too. And while some of these glitches are funny to watch, others are just plain weird. For example,
floating trees and weapons.
Ooh, floaty axe.
the seabed vanishing.
Animals running through trees, or seemingly stuck in the ground face first with their arse up in the air.
Language.
Stuck in the ground with his arse up in the air. What happened to the rest of the fox? Did it get eaten? Did it get buried? Or has it been glitched?
I think it was digging a hole and it got stuck.
I'm a fox and he digs a hole.
Would it be a foxhole?
Dragons not burning away and giving you the dragon soul, instead just staying there. Hello?
As well as giant world holes that appear randomly.
And not to mention companions randomly wandering off, only reappearing just in time for the battle to finish.
Oh, don't get me started on the companions. They can be really annoying sometimes, and often have a tendency to get in the way. Lydia tends to jump in front of me just when I've released an arrow, and I end up killing her. I've had to reload every time too, as she was carrying all my expensive stuff.
Also, sometimes you want to be stealthy and sneak up on an enemy, and your companion just runs straight into battle with their weapon out, completely ruining your chances of a sneak attack. They also have an annoying habit of setting off traps when they've just seen you get past those same traps without getting hit.
Or your companion just won't get out of the way when they follow you into a small walkway, and you then decide you need to backtrack. There's a way of working around this though.
Indeed, bloody Lydia is a regular phrase used in our house, and every time Lydia makes that sarky comment when I want her to carry some of my stuff,
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
I feel like setting her on fire.
I often do.
That's rather worrying.
But not all of your companions are this annoying. For example, I got Barbas the dog, and because he is a quest-related character, he doesn't ever die. I have the axe required to complete the Barbas mission, but I don't want to lose him, so I haven't returned the axe yet.
Also, it's worth taking part in the drinking competition you'll come across at the Bannered Mare in Whiterun. This leads you onto a quest called A Night to Remember, and it's hilarious. Basically, it's the Hangover does Skyrim, if you can imagine such a thing.
If you want to complete this quest, then you'll be given a weapon that summons a 7-foot Dremora warrior who is very useful to have on your side as a scrap. You can normally clear out rooms of bad guys with this guy, and you don't even have to lift a finger.
So yes, Skyrim does have a few flaws, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. At the time of this review, I've put in just over 50 hours of playing this game. And not only does it feel like I've merely scratched the surface, I also haven't come across any moments where a glitch has completely ruined the game. There was a couple of times where I got stuck whilst trying to take a shortcut around a mountain, but that's nothing that a quick reload of a previous save file couldn't fix. In fact, I get into the habit of regularly saving the game, usually before you're about to enter a new area or fight a particularly big battle. Although Skyrim is quite good with the autosaves, it could be better. I can't wait to see the DLC that will get released for this game. Personally, I want to see you get to replace the dragon shouts with clips of Brian Blessed.
I'm sure at some point there will be a mod for the PC version that will do just that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Just think of the possibilities.
Gordon's alive!
Any character in the game named Gordon previously killed will be instantly resurrected as a heavy-set man with an incredible beard.
Fresh horses!
Triggers a stampede of horses doing heavy damage to any enemy in its path.
Conjures a brace of hawkmen who will dive bomb an enemy.
What, are you retarded?
Okay, now you're being silly.
Sorry.
Mike is tired now. Go bother somebody else.
In conclusion, Skyrim is one of the most perfect games I have played in years. This is a game that will literally consume you. It'll work its way into your very skin and replace the marrow in your bones. It'll give you hundreds of stories to tell and share amongst your friends who play this game as well. Just bear in mind that not everyone will be interested.
And that is why Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls 5, gets a huge resounding 2 thumbs up.
Hey, that's my line!
Know what?
Mike is done talking.